you think is the greatest threat to our national security? Kennedy McAfee.
The government.
Laziness.
Governor Johnson.
That was a terrible answer.
North Korea, at some point,
God damn it.
What?
Continental ballistic missiles are going to work, and you got a crazy man at the helm.
Kennedy Petersen.
The U.S. federal government.
Man, this guy, my ears are bleeding, but this guy.
I'm sorry. You must have your headphones turned way up.
Wait, but I have a question. This is me being sarcastic. I have a lot more problems from North Korea.
Preface it. That's great.
I have a lot more problems with North Korea than I have with the U.S. government, and I need the U.S. government to intervene and keep them from harming my persons or property.
Yeah.
Because definitely Uncle Sam is not doing that, but North Korea is. Isn't that the case in your life?
That totally goes against his earlier statements with being like, no, I'm totally just defense only, and if we're striked, we'll strike back.
Oh, I got to tell you, I'm trying to buy a home right now, and North Korea is all up in my business right now.
In my business.
Like I am having to scramble to file the proper forms with North Korea.
They're trying to buy it and use it as a ballistic missile testing ground
to make the bank happy with my finances.
Yeah.
Like I've got to satisfy North Korea before I can purchase property.
Yeah.
They are definitely a huge pain in my ass right now. They are our national problem.
Yeah.
And that's something to run for you watching. That's something to run through your head. Whenever you hear about anybody talking about foreign aggression of any kind, which one is causing more problems in your personal life? Now, if you're an employee somewhere, look at your pay stub and double whatever the taxes are being taken out of. You're losing out on that much salary to go to pay for 65 and older people to have less money come out of their pocket, even though they've lived their life and could have saved for whatever they needed, you know?
Not only that, but what if that stolen money could have been used by a private corporation to create a defensive shield that totally protects us from ballistic missiles?
Yeah.
Like, not even a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Payroll taxes. So at least in America, I don't know how it is in other countries, but for every penny you see the FICA taxes on your pay stub, your employer has to match those. So there's even more money being robbed from your income than you even know.
What's the FICA tax? What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
The payroll taxes, so like all the line items, the federal, the Social Security taxes, all that stuff that comes out of your paycheck, those are called payroll taxes, and those are matched by your employer by law. So every penny that you see come out of your check comes out on the back end on the front end before you see it. That money's taken out again. So it's kind of doubled.
Right.
So if those were gotten rid of, not only would you get that piece that you see taken back, but your employer would also have that extra additional cash to either give you a raise or to be more productive.
Right.
That's what I was going.
Yeah, like I have a guy and I wanted to, pay him as well as I can for what he's doing because he's more skilled than the others. He has a little bit of experience in my industry, in the video world. And I hooked him up. And now he's at $12.50 an hour, but I spend 16-ish on him an hour.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, sorry, I can't raise you anymore because he doesn't even see the other half of it coming out.
Yep.
And he receives probably 10 or something like that after all his taxes are taken out. It's crazy.
And that's not an insignificant amount. And so they take it out on the employer side. They take it out on the employee side. They take it out on the business profit side. They take it out when the guy goes to spend his paycheck to buy food. They take taxes. So in one short cycle of pay, they're in it 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 times. Just a piece here, a piece here, a piece here, a piece here, a piece here. And if you trace it all the way back to up the supply chain of business to the suppliers that supply parts for whatever company the guy works for, there's more inserts and layers of taxes there. Every dollar is taxed. Like you can't even see. You don't see it. And that's why they get away with it, because you don't see how many times they go into there and grab a piece here and a piece here and a piece here and a piece here. So by the time it hits your paycheck, it's a ghost. It's a ghost of what it was before they robbed everybody along the chain blind.
Yeah, it reminds me of in school whenever I was in energy some energy engineering class, something like that, and there's a chart that showed how much energy is lost in heat from the source of electricity to a light bulb, an incandescent light bulb, and only about 4% of the original energy makes it to power the light bulb. It reminds me of that.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And so just, they make it seem like, okay, we're going to end corporate taxes. And that seems like a small, simple thing to do. But there's so many, like I said, there's so many little moments where they reach in and pull a piece out here and they pull a piece out here. And every time one company sells something to the next and to the next and to the next, they take income tax here. Oh, but that company sold to this company, and then that company is going to make a profit. So they're going to take a piece of that profit, and then that company is going to sell to this customer. Oh, they're going to take income tax on those employees. Oh, they're going to, take sales tax when that person spends it. They're just in it over and over and over and over and over. And so the end result is that there's a tiny fraction. That's my point. And no one sees it. It's invisible. They've somehow made it so invisible because no one slice of that chain sees how many other times it's being stolen from.
I wonder if anybody's actually done the calculations to see.
I think so.
Yeah,
I would have to look it up.
I want to see what it is in California, because they say if you're making over a certain amount in California, you're getting 60 something percent taken from you, but it's probably more like 80 something percent maybe, that would be absolutely nuts to find out.
And the thing that makes me angry is that people don't see the productivity that doesn't exist. They don't see the benefits that we could, as business owners and entrepreneurs, the benefit we could bring to the world with all of that productivity back in the entire chain. It's not 30%. It's not 60%. It's 99%, because they go in so many times over and over and over.
Yeah.